YouTube. It is Damien. It is Let Aquilio Villano. It is the main save with Palermo. And today we have got episode 2, which is our first game in Seria C. And I tell you what, we also have a little bit of a narrative. I get to play my cousin. Avellino have the little old Salvatore Alui, the captain of Avellino, and is born just outside the town where I'm from in Reggio Calabria. So Salvatore, how are you, mate? He's been fantastic. For those that don't know, Salvatore played at Regina Calabria, obviously where I am from and who I support. Hasn't played in the Serie A yet, but has played a lot of Serie B games. And I'm telling you right now, if Avellino do not come up, and I do go up, and they want to part ways for him for a cheaper fee, I will be getting my cousin in straight off the bat. But there he is. I get to play my cousin in today's episode. How often do you get to say that on Football Manager? Apart from that, we have done some good business. There's been some interesting changes here. We've got to talk about system. And we also are struggling to get in one spot because every time I offer for somebody, for a player in this spot, they get on contracts elsewhere and then they choose to go elsewhere. We're going into the season preview though. As you can see here, we'll start there. We are predicted to come third. Odge has now moved into being one of the best players here. I don't know why Almichi's come out, but there we are. We do have some squad mutiny with Almichi as well. But yeah, they've lined us up in a diamond, and there's a reason for that as well, because that's kind of what we've been playing in in pre-season. You'll be asking, what happened to the 4-2-3-1? I'll tell you in a sec. But Alberto Almichi rejected 17k, which is bugger all for him, from Seattle. He's complained. I now have my captain, my vice captain, everyone against me. I told him it would be worse off without him in the conversation, and they all said, what's the use of keeping him here? And I was like, it's just too early to be happening in my thing. He does not have any interest now, and I'm hoping that once the window goes, and if we play some good football, we play to our potential, we start winning games of football, he becomes happy, and the rest of the team becomes happy, and we just get to moving on. He's fantastic though, and I do think he's going to be fantastic. Let's go into pre-season, because this is kind of why we needed to talk about changing the system. We did beat Parma 2-1 on the opening day pre-season, the 4-2-3-1, which is great. We then drew New to Bari, who are predicted to go and get promoted this season, with Avellino and us finishing third, and going through, well actually, Bari... Yeah, top goes, we'll recap the rules, but top gets promoted. Everybody else gets into a different stage of qualifying for the, the Serie B promotion race, and there you are. Captain Zara, we drew 1-2, and we drew to Avellino 1-0, and I was like, look, there's a noticeable thing here. We keep the ball really well, but we concede a goal, and we lack creativity. And it was weird to watch. It was like, we would get the ball, move the ball around, oh yeah, there we go, and then that would be it. It's the sort of system I think would work, that 4-2-3 would work if we were playing at a higher level with high quality players, where you got people with natural flair, pace, a little bit of a natural creativity, roam around and do things. Like if I had Rafinha and St. Maximin, for instance, coming inside, getting on the ball, moving things around with, let's see, Callum Wilson up top, it wasn't bad. I put in Giacomi in my beta save, who would play in the 10, for instance. If I had those sort of guys, that 4-2-3-1, keeping the ball, knocking it around, 60% of the ball would buzz enough to score goals. At this level, it became apparent that unless something happened, like crazily, and in this game here, Gregorio Luprini, by the way, went bang in this game here with an absolute belter. I was like, yeah. So we went out against Cittadella, who were predicted to come 11th in Serie B, right? In the 4-1-2-1-2. And look, they could score to the 90th when we were playing our weaker side. But have a look. Yeah, even amount of possession. And there'll be a reason why you'll see that. 3 goal expected goal ratio, 25 chances in a half. In a game. I'm happy. We then played 2 Serie D sides, pumped them, and then we played our competitive game in the Series C Cup. I don't particularly care. We beat Tourist 2-0 away from home. They're in our competition. They're predicted to come like 13th in our league. I'll double check that. But Luprini may have just scored goal of the year already. There's a striker up front that you never heard of, called Bianchi, who I'm about to recap as well in our transfer history. But have a look at this one, boys, because this was pretty special. We moved the ball around really well. Luprini, one touch, get it out your feet and bend it into the top bin. Thank you very much. I can't wait to use it. We then won 1-0 at home, absolutely pumped them, but couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. But if that's like what we're doing to teams, we're keeping 60% of the ball in a system that is not ball possession, not orientated in the ball possession, and we're scoring goals, then that is fine by me. In terms of the transfer history, we have started to try and do everything. I'm just going to put it in there. We've tried for 2 other left backs that have not happened, and now David, I've gone in, and all teams, Melbourne City are trying to pinch him for me and watch him not get. I'm getting to a stage where I'm panicking about what I'm going to do at left back because I need a left back to play this system, and we do not have a first choice one here today. If we do just go by date here, as you can see, we have sold some guys out. They sold Lorenzo Luca for 2 mil. Man, I could use him so bad right now. I'm going to try and get him back, hopefully. We have sold a couple of guys out here. I didn't want a big squad. I want a squad that I'm going to play. I don't care if the squad's 18. We could have 12 on the bench, though. But of those 18, all 18 could do a role. I don't mind that, especially with no, I only caring about the league. I don't care about what happens in the cup, etc., etc. If that is what happens, then I'm happy. But we are going to go through the signings here. My first signing was Filippo Bacardi. A fringe player, 1.3k a week is too much money, but the guy just has good stats. And as an advanced attacking midfielder on attack, good natural finishing, can run with the ball, got a lot of greeny, well-rounded stats at this level. Every preseason game and in the game in the cup has just basically just done everything. I think the only game he has not done anything was the second game in the cup, where he did not get an assist or a goal. He just, he averaging not too bad. Obviously, can't see past Montgomery, but a 7 overall. In all his preseason games, come off the bench mainly, he always seems to do something. He's the sort of guy that, with injuries, he can fill a gap. If we need to, he can play on the right, because I still want to be flexible enough to move into a wider system if we need to, but not bad. The massive coup, though, is in goals. And Alessandro Pilzari used to go into a world-class keeper. I don't think he is this year, but he's still going to be a very good keeper. I've only got him in for this season. One of my other loans is a 2-year deal. A, because I forgot to try and ask for it. B, just what a keeper. Probably arguably the best keeper in the league. I'm hoping to do what I did with Tosin at Mess, which for those that don't remember, it was sign guys like this on a loan, keep him here as many seasons as we can on loan, and then when their contract is expiring and not being renewed, you go in and go, well, I'm part of your favourite personnel, you've played here for years, come play for me, and they choose you over other clubs. For me, when we signed Tosin, it was a massive coup to get Tosin in. Probably helped we were in League One, and if we're in Seria B, maybe Alessandro may not want to come to me. But for now, we have a world-class, well, not a world-class, we have a very good Seria C goalkeeper. The next in the list, though, is Flavio Junior Bianchi, and this is a guy that we have for the next 2 years. 2 years, ladies and gentlemen, on loan from Genoa. If he's been here for 2 years and we've not been promoted, then we're not good enough, because this guy up top is fantastic. Very well-rounded. No outstanding stat, but at 21 in our great facilities, developing, surely this guy becomes that little bit more finished, a little bit more polished. Yet again, I'm thinking about it. His contract doesn't end until 2024. If he's here for the next 3 years and his contract is expiring and he's playing good football, and we're in Seria B, which will be the plan, then, well, I'm telling you, he probably wants to come on a free, and that would be nice, and hopefully it happens. Our next 2 signings are just guys that blossomed the squad. Nicolo was 18. He's got decent potential. Was on a free, can pass the ball, a bit more attacking. 6'4", not bad. And Dan's on loan from Parma as a squad player. I actually feel like he's going to be a very good centre-back. And he's very good on the ball, just lacks the ability to run. This is the sort of guy, if we keep happy, and we loaned him in a couple of times, if they want to cut their losses, Palmer, and he wants to come to me, I would not, say no to, not using him. I am going to work him straight away on his quickness, though, at double intensity, just try and get him as quick as possible. But as a backup centre-back, not too bad. In terms of the system, there it is. Marcona's being forced to play at left-back at the minute because of not having one. He's not the greatest. He does play very well there and played out there in the cup and got a man of the match performance in the 2-0. I'd rather him play at centre-back because he's got good stats for it, where at full-back he's just lacks a little bit of pace and a little bit of work rate, probably to get up and back, especially comparing to Alberto Almici. But the system is very interesting. It's an attacking 4-1-2-1-2. We look to play much shorter, vertical tiki-taka football. So we like to move it going forward, but the fact that we've got it overlapping left and right, and on a standard, not on a narrow system, and means that our fullbacks do provide width on wingbacks on attack, and they do get the ball. We go side to side a lot, which I love. So when hopefully we see it in this game against Avellino, when we get high up the pitch, and we're using vertical tiki-taka through the lines to get up there, we will then move side to side and be a little bit patient to get that opportunity and be fantastic, which I love. But as you can see here, much lower crosses into the box, work into the box, be a bit more expressive, because, look, on paper, we are one of the best teams in the comp, so we may as well just be as aggressive as anything and put teams to bed, and I feel like the system allows it. We just didn't have any luck signing a right winger. And I was like, well, we've got about 6 midfielders, so let's just do that. Looking to counter, and counter press obviously takes shorter kicks, but a little bit more interesting that you don't see too much in FN. I've just gone standard, right? Yes, press much more often once they get into this area, especially with having so many men in that area. And yeah, use tighter marking to be closer to them so you can press in this area. But, standard line at the back, standard line of engagement. Press when you need to. We still have the pressing forward, and Matteo Brunori going to lead that press as well when they do get past there. I'm kind of just saying, look, let them play the first pass, and then if they play their fullback, they play their midfielder, just go, right? And look, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But at the minute in pre-season, it's been fantastic and hopefully been very, very good. In terms of the season preview, yet again, Avellino predicted to come second, like I said. Tourist, by the way, predicted to come 10th. And look, I'm just hoping that we go out, play well, and just do what we need to do. And if it happens, great. And if it doesn't here today, don't be too disheartened, because we're away to my cousin in Avellino. He's captain there, Salvatore Aloi. And look, it is what it is. In terms on the bench, Macona's going to come out. Grion, by the way, is a great backup left back, wing back on attack. Like, the guy is a natural winger, a failed winger, you would say. And he just gets up and down. He's 6'1". I feel like as a backup player is perfect. But if we could have Marcona playing instead of Alessio Butaro, it would be nice. And there we are. Might actually give Dan a start. We get to concede with Butaro. We'll leave him out there. He's my own prospect at 18. Looks pretty decent. But yeah, look, I'd rather have, obviously, Marcano and Perotta together. I feel like it's better. But here, in the system, the 4-1-2-1-2 diamond, I didn't think I was saying that when I loaded up the save. We got Pilzari, Alamici, Perotta, Butaro, and Grion. Ogier, De Rose, Luprini, Fella, Brunori, and Bianchi up top. Your bench is there as well. Our first ever game on YouTube for Palermo. Our first ever game in Serie C. It's not my first game in charge of them, because we did have, obviously, the Series C game, but there we are. Still have the number 5 and number 23 to give out. I don't know who's going to wear my number 23, and I don't know who's going to wear the number 5. Telling you right now, if I sign Salvatore Aloi, he wears the number 23. But, I will try and sign my cousin, why not? Is he starting today? Didn't see him. Still don't see him. Is Salvatore Aloi not available? He's suspended. Oh, I can't even get to play my cousin. Well, that's an anticlimactic one. Well, there we are. All right, we are going to go press. I'm still going to call it that we play my cousin, because that's pretty cool. That's a bit of clickbait there. But yeah, we're meant to play my cousin. He got suspended. Standard. I'm related. I know how that goes. So it looks like Avellino lost in their last game in the Cup. Don't know why they've only played 1 instead of 2. But we obviously won both against opposition in Serie C. It'll be nice to see how we go. And look, score prediction in the chat. We are live on Twitch. Links down below. Come follow us live. And look, I feel like today was just going to be this one game against Avellino, who predicted to come second. And away we go. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we play well and we play some good football away from home. I think because of how good they are, I would take a draw on the opening day, but I would love us just to win. In terms of setting up set pieces, everything's standard here. We're too far down. Dim reckons we're going to win 4-0. Interesting. Bianchi. Griorno hits one. It's through the keeper and in. And Maxime Grion, maybe he knows that we can't find a left back and wants the spot. And look, I don't mind giving him the spot, because he is an aggressive wing back on attack, and it does fit the mould. I would rather sign one, considering we're trying to get promoted first season. Keeper should do a touch better once he gets hands to it, but we're 1-0 up inside 10 minutes. Our first shot on target has gone in. Things you love to see. And if that's how it's going to be here, I'm pretty happy. The fact we're having 70% of the ball in a system that is not, a positive possession-based system, it's a very, look, we try to keep the ball when we can, but we're also a very attacking side. I don't mind that. Suffocate them, boys. Off you go. And at the minute, not too bad. Anyway, Tito. Palisha. Ball. Oh, okay, that is poor. How has that not gone in? I don't know how that's not gone in. Wow. That's hit the bar, come down, stayed out. And Grion, who just scored, by the way, left that for whatever reason. Maybe didn't know someone was behind him, but yeah. We can't find a left back. Grion and I took that personally. There you go. Yeah, we can't find a left back, man. They're controlling possession. We are playing unreal. 1-0 at the minute. Playing unbelievably well. I still look for a left back, but if I don't find one, and if David doesn't come in, we might stick with Grion. Anyway, Brunori from a fair way out. If that went in, that would have been an absolute belt of a free kick. But at the minute, 60 minutes played. I believe I'm allowed 5 changes as well. I don't want to make a change because we're kind of playing like really well. 70 minutes played. Highlight. Almichi. Odja. He's the keeper. Almichi now. Moves with it. Needs to find feet. In the end, he looks over the top. And Bianchi's in here. Big moment. Bianchi 2-0. Alberto Almichi picked the lock with a great diagonal. And look, we're 2-0 up against Avellino on the opening day against a side that's meant to finish second. We're absolutely destroying them too, to be fair. Almichi didn't have too much on. This was not only real ball on. I was kind of hoping that Brunori would actually present to his feet to knock it into him, but I'll take that. And there we go. All right, Grion's picked up a knock. That ain't good. All right, Bruce Shin. Look, Sommer get out there. That's fine. Bocardi can get out there too. And Dan can get out there for Alessio to give him his debut as a ball-winning midfielder on defend, a ball-playing defender on defend. That's in his contract. We are going to go with those 3 changes here. And time ticks away. It's a throw into Sommer, who's out of position, but it is what it is. Bacardi, Luprini knows how to hit him. Instead, he looks for Almichi, and in the end, smart finish. Realised the keeper was struggling to get back across his goal, and all he had to do is hit the target. So instead of like blazing the volley, he just kept it down and kept it on target. And it was enough to beat the keeper. And we're 3-0 up now. Luprini with the outside of the football. And he just, great technique, just hits it along the floor. Make sure you hit the target. The keeper's got to make up so much room to get back across. Great finish. And there we are. Soler's going to come in here. And I believe I'm allowed to make one more. And yeah, we'll get Luprini off for Nicolo, who... The 18-year-old, if he developed, would be a decent little footballer for us. 3-0 up here on the opening day against Avellino, meant to finish second. Look, the goal was to try and get promoted this year. I didn't expect to be pumping him here. Forte comes out and claims. Maybe we don't need a left back. Maybe the team is as good as it is. Odja, De Rose, back to Alessio Pilzari. Then Derek, Cesaroni, Sommer. Going with it. Is there options for him in the box? Not really. Bacardi, De Rose. Oh, he's hit the bar. Really should have scored too. Once he has that much time, I expect De Rose to hit the target and score. Time ticks away here. Is there going to be one last highlight? There is it. It's a 3-0 win, and we've absolutely pumped the team that's meant to come second. My cousin didn't play. That's the reason, right? No? You know, there we are. I beat my cousin, technically speaking. You know, he didn't play, but you know, I'm gonna claim it. We're in 3-0 on the opening day. I'm happy with that. Bianchi amongst the goals, Almichi amongst the goals. We even had Granora amongst the goals. Very happy with that. Mwah. Perfect way to start on the opening day. But yeah, that is perfect. There we go. There we go. In terms of the next episode, I don't know what I'm going to give you. I don't really care too much about the cup. But if we get like one of the bigger Series C sides, like deep, yeah. But I feel like next episode, we'll just see how we go for a little bit. But I think Juve Stubby are usually a decent side. They haven't played yet, that's why they're ninth. Catania, another one that we could give you as well. Feel like it could be somewhere in around those games, you know, and then Bari would be the next one, obviously, because of they're meant to be really good this season too. But what a way to start on the opening day. A 3-0 win against Avellino, who are meant to be the second best team in the comp, and we're meant to be the third best team. We absolutely pumped them away from home. Where are we going to finish this year? You let me know in the comment sections down below. I really, really do think we could really fight for promotion and automatic promotion at that by winning the league. So I feel like we're going to be in, you know, from 4th above, and that would be my goal. Anyway, from Damon and everybody else here, episode 2 of Let Aquilio Villano is in the books. And I'll tell you what, pretty special way to start. I'll see you next time for more of the Palermo main save. Till then, thank you and